All right. So I was hoping today to focus on mostly organic ways of growing engagement and your audience, but I will also be touching upon ads. Ads, I would love to see us do a whole class on ads, honestly, and I think we should because I would like to take that class. But I will get into a little bit about what you can do with ads because there's so much. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So,
Leah, excuse me, you still have the poll results up on the screen? Okay.
Sorry. Thank you for
That's
that.
okay.
Let's see. Okay.
You also should be able to close them individually too. I was able to close mine.
Oh, on your own? Okay. There.
Yeah. Sorry, is anyone else still struggling with that? Okay.
My fault.
Oh, no problem. Okay. So I wanted to just show you with this slide here that obviously we know there may be some talk, or I don't know if people sometimes have the impression that Facebook is like going away, dying out, other things are coming up and maybe it's not as popular. But I just wanted to share this to emphasize that it really still is the top social platform for both consumers and customers, as well as that marketers are using. So it really is something that that we want to be focusing on. So I think I might have changed this to 12 things. I wanted to get to really concrete things that you could try today if you haven't done them before, to give them a try. So the first thing to talk about when we're thinking about using Facebook, or really any social media platform, would be, can you come up with like even a sentence of what your big picture goal is? Like, why are you on Facebook? What are you hoping to achieve with Facebook? Because based on that goal, it's going to affect everything else about how you utilize the platform, the type of content you're posting, the type of audiences you're targeting, and that sort of thing. So when you're setting your goal, some examples for businesses, I think for the library, for instance, our big picture objective is to engage local followers and to grow a greater community presence. So that might be a similar goal for you. Or maybe it's about building brand awareness or building awareness for a specific product. Your goals might also change over time. It could be about customer service, but it's good to know when you're going in what is your main objective at this time. And then also understanding with that if your goal is to boost sales this month by X%.
This is going to come this morning.
Facebook maybe isn't the best. Facebook is a long-term strategy. People aren't going to log on to Facebook with the intent to buy. If you're thinking about buying a candle, are you going to go to Facebook to find that? No, that's not. You're probably going to do a Google search. So that's just to say that Facebook is really for marketing, and it's for where your company should be looking to build what Bill was talking about last week, the know, like, and trust. So it's where your clients are going to get to know you and hopefully get to like and trust you. So the second thing, if you haven't done so, and some of you said you hadn't, is setting up a business manager account. Now, this might not be strictly necessary for everybody on this call or every small business. If you're a small business or a local organization that maybe has one person managing your social media and you don't need to share access to it in any way, then just having a page could be okay. But what a business manager allows you to do is separate your personal profile from your business page. So when you go to business.facebook.com, you can create a business account in which when you go there and you're posting and interacting, you're making sure you're always just being visible as that is the business. It also allows you to manage your ad accounts. If you're somebody who manages multiple pages and multiple ad accounts, you can do that all in one place. Then you can also, if you're a business that wants to share access, say you want to have a company manage your social media or that type of thing, you can share access to your page without sharing personal account information or handing over ownership of your business assets that way. You can also, some of these things you can do even if you just have a page, but Business Manager kind of allows you to seamlessly do them all together. You can add users with different permission levels, different people that work for your business or that type of thing, easily revoke access to people if they leave your business. And I think the best thing about Business Manager is that it has a higher level of ability to build custom audiences for different ad campaigns, or even you can do targeted posts that are not paid posts, and you can direct them to certain audiences. So you can build audiences at a very refined level. So I'll show you a bit about how to do that in a second. But it's really simple to create a business account. Most of the time you can go to, if you already have an existing page, or if you don't, you can go to business.facebook.com, and you simply link your existing page. It'll ask you, you just have to be an administrator of your page to pull that in as an asset that you're managing from Business Manager. So I'm not going to go step by step through that process today, since several people already said they had an account, but if we have questions and time at the end, I could walk through that if anyone wants to see it. But it is simple to do. It shouldn't give you too much trouble. The next thing is about completing your page info and customize your page settings. So this might be something that you have thought about and optimize those settings, or maybe not. So with this, I'm going to screen share I'm going to hop off of the presentation for a second and pull up. Let me do a different screen share so I can show you. Okay. All right. So here I've got the libraries page up. And the first thing, of course, is we want to have our images sized properly. So in order to do that, it's easy to Google what the pixel sizes should be and all of that for our images. But the other thing that I recommend that you can do is, I pulled up the wrong tool. The other thing that you can do is use a graphics tool. Has anybody heard of graphics tools like Canva? Has anybody heard of that? Yeah. So that's something, write it down if you haven't tried it before. Canva is like a godsend to me, because at the library we don't have like a graphics team. I have an assistant or people who I'll ask to make graphics for the library, and I wanted to. That's what I wanted to share. I just wanted to show you what this tool looks like. I think it's very helpful, not only for Facebook, but for all of your social media efforts, and even print, like if you were making flyers or posters or any kind of graphics for your business. So this is a look into Canva. They have there's a lot that you can do with Canva. It is a template-based image development service. The cool thing about Canva is I believe it's $9.99 a month for a pro account. You can also have a free account, but it allows you to create icons specifically for social media. They have lots of templates. So if you want to do a Facebook post, or you wanted to do a new Facebook cover, you click on Facebook cover, and it will bring up templates that are already sized correctly. So you don't have to worry about the pixels on your end. You can look through their designs, and of course you can tweak them with your brand, your logo, your own. You can upload and import graphics that you know, your business graphics, but it's often a good place, I think, to start. So you know, you can pull up all different types of templates that they already have sized correctly. So just, this is something to explore and consider that I think helps you make really beautiful graphics for social media without a lot of trouble. So this could also be a whole class, of course, but just something to explore. I found it to be really, really user friendly. There's a bunch of other similar tools, but Canva's one of the bigger names and one that I personally use and recommend. So going back to the Facebook page. So one thing that I wanted to show, in case you haven't thought about it or done it, is if you go to your About section, you can scroll down to your username, and this is something that you can edit, so that if this is kind of like your vanity URL for your business. So you don't have to stick with whatever was defaulted to you. You can change this out so that it can be easy for you to communicate. So if you wanted it to be Manliest Chamber or whatever, you can tweak it so that it's easy both to type it out and verbally communicate to people. So, okay. Along with completing your page info and customizing your page settings. So the edit page info at the top here, I'm doing this all through, just basic page management, not through the business manager. You can do the same thing in both places, but since people don't have both, I'm just showing it this way. So you just want to make sure, of course, that your description, that sorry, my son's in the background. All of these fields are filled in and accurate, and that are going to help people find your business. So you want to make sure that you're using all the categories that your business represents, that you have your email, your website, everything. Essentially, just make sure that this is linked. It's notable here that they've added there's a temporary service changes field here, so you can indicate, and it's something that I should update for the library, because we are open with service changes, but I would have to go in and elaborate that now we're doing pickup, curbside pickup. So that's something that, and you can enter in a link to where people can get more information about that. So if your business has service changes similarly, that's something you might want to consider. We don't have information about products offered because we're not selling products, but I could even put information about the types of materials we loan and things like that. So I also did want to show you, so under settings, there are a few things that you may want to change the default settings on to make sure you're getting like optimal interaction. So one of the things is similar page suggestions. So, okay, well, first I'll show you this tagging ability. Tagging ability here, if you want to, I at least want to allow other people to tag photos on my page. So if a parent is at story time and we post a picture of the family and they want to tag themselves, I want to allow them to do that. And you may have a similar thing at your business where you take a picture of a customer doing something and you want them to be able to tag themselves. So you want to set that so that allow other people's, that the default setting is not that. Another Another tool here is audience optimization for posts. So you can optimize both ads and regular posts to be seen by a specific target audience. So why would you want to do a post and limit the audience? Well, I'll get into that in a minute, but essentially you don't want to inundate people with content that's not relevant to them. So maybe I'm posting again about a story time and I only want to share that with parents in the CNY area, parents of young kids or something like that. Typically, I don't get that granular with my targeting, but that's something you can do. And it makes sense to do because the more you can get relevant content to your audience, obviously, the better. So know that that's something you can change here. And of course, there's a lot of other settings about who can like post moderation. You can block certain words from the page. You can have a profanity filter. So if you have any issues with those types of things on your page, you can come here and kind of resolve them. This one is, wait, there was one that I want to show here that, okay, similar page suggestions. So you should make sure that this is turned on to include Fayetteville Free Library, to include your business when recommending similar pages that people might like on a page timeline. So if somebody, you know, for the Link City Erie Village or for the Today's Special Cafe, I want that turned on so that if somebody goes to Darwin or Strong Hearts or some cafe downtown, I want them to see Today's Special Cafe as a suggested business that they might also like. Okay. So there's so many settings, but I just want to highlight a couple to that you can make sure that you're using to the best of your ability. And one is this template and tabs function. So under templates and tabs, Wi-Fi is a little slow here at home. They have different default settings for the template. Different industries and different businesses, they make different templates available for your page. So our template is a nonprofit template, but you can edit this and they have many different business types, or you can see services, restaurants, cafes, shopping, all different types of pages that you can go through. And if I were to change this, for instance, to like a restaurant cafe page, which I'm not going to do, it changes some of the settings about the tabs and the options that are shown by default on your page, which you have control over, but using a template, they're pulling in the best, what they recommend of the sort of buttons that you want to have on your page. So if I was going to change this to a restaurant, it would automatically put a primary button on my page to get directions and that sort of thing. It's just taking a bit to load. It's not really showing everything. But yeah, it sets up your page. It's designed to highlight your photos and the important info to your business. So just know that that is there. There's also, you can use the default tabs or you can customize your tabs. So you can move your tabs up and down, reorder what shows up. You can remove tabs that your business isn't using, which is something that I should do. You can customize this so that it's optimized for the type of content that you're trying to get out there. Just know that that's possible. Also, reviews. So you can click on reviews and you can delete the reviews tab. You can turn reviews off. So that's something to consider. I know that reviews on social media can be tough, and that could be again another class in and of itself, is like, what do you do with negative reviews and how do you manage that? And in fact, I did want to address that a little bit in this presentation. If that's, I'm sorry, let me just make sure I'm sharing the right page here. Yeah, can you see my PowerPoint now, or are you still on my Facebook?
Still on Facebook.
Okay. All right, let me stop that share for a second.
And I will mention something that I just learned myself that is relevant to this, what you're talking about. I don't think there's anybody in here, but if you're in medical and you take insurance, it's actually recommended you just turn off the reviews on your page, because you have to monitor them so good that, let's say someone gives you a good review and then they're like friend or family says, oh yeah, my cousin goes there, it's great. That comment needs to be deleted or you're in violation of HIPAA. So there's so much with regards to medical, they just recommend you turn off the reviews for medical.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I did want to share just, I said a quick word on reviews, and then there's 30,000 words on this slide, but I mainly just wanted to point out that what's recommended is to definitely like and respond to your positive reviews, right? That's a great way to help build your customer loyalty. But also, don't ignore bad reviews and comment and respond to them in an appropriate manner. So sometimes you have spam bad reviews, and that's something that you can deal with. You can report those reviews. So I don't know if I need to walk anybody through that, but if that's something you want me to do at the end, I can. And you can also ban a user. So under those settings, there's a people tab where you can go to people and you can ban a particular user if you have someone that's like harassing or sending links to, trying to sell on your page or that type of thing. So do know that that's possible. But if you have the more problematic thing is when you have sort of valid negative reviews, what do you do with that? So you don't want to get into some snippy back and forth ever on social media. You want, even if you think the person is unjustified or it's totally inaccurate representation of what happened, you want to acknowledge the issue, apologize, and often try to move the conversation offline. So, thank them for the review. We're sorry to hear you had a frustrating experience. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Please reach out to manager such and such number on Monday. We'd love to get more info. We'd love to discuss further and make this right, or, that type of thing. So that's a strategy that we've personally used with some of the family business that I'm mentioning. And, you get people feeling good about it and literally take the post down. And that's the best. That's the best case scenario, right? And if that's something where you're not going to get to a positive place, or you're dealing with a totally unreasonable person, whatever the case may be, another strategy is to drown out the negative reviews with positive. So we had a situation at the library where we had three one-star reviews from people in South Carolina who had seen a picture of a pride display that we did last year and downvoted us or gave us one-star reviews because they didn't like that. And our community really fired back at that, and we started getting, we didn't even have to ask for it, but I was in a bit of a panic. I was texting my friends like, oh my God, this is terrible. And everyone was reviewing and putting up positive reviews. It sort of caught on like wildfire in retaliation of that. So if you can make any efforts to, if you have an unfair or a negative review, to try to just drown it out and continue to build your good reviews. So you can also turn comments off on a post. So if you have a post that gets very inflammatory back and forth and things are inappropriate or not helpful, you can turn comments off on Okay, so with social media, oops, more is not gonna be always better. So one important thing to do today is identify what to stop doing. So most studies agree that posting on Facebook once per day is optimal with the max of twice a day. And this is particularly relevant for if you have a business with 1,000 fans or fewer, which the library does. The library has like around 4,000 actually. But so, and this is something that I found from experience as soon as quarantine started, it was kind of, the opinion of the library was like, well, we're not in person. Let's share as much as we can. Everyone's on social right now. Everything is virtual. But when you share more times a day, you'll actually see a decrease in engagement because it's just post something interesting and relevant like once a day or even at minimum 3 times a week from your business. If what you're posting is not relevant, people will unlike and unfollow you. And if what you're sharing doesn't have a lot, like very few likes or comments or shares, it's detrimental because Facebook is designed to hide boring stuff. They will not show your posts in people's news feeds if the stuff you're sharing is not liked and shared and commented on by other people. So there's no reason you don't want to do that, right? So the cool thing about Facebook is that it's unlike any other type of advertising, really. Well, there might be some, but think about if you paid for a billboard, and if people looked at that billboard and liked that billboard and thought that's a great billboard, no one's going to put up another billboard for you a mile down the road because that one was so popular. Well, with Facebook, they do. So if you have an ad or you have a post that people are liking and commenting on, they're going to show it more to more people. So that's how things go viral. That's how you see exponential growth there. So one of the most important things is the length and level of comments of your post to be shown into people's news feeds. So you really want to get people talking and commenting, and you want to find your least popular post and stop doing stuff like that. So the 80-20 rule was once kind of the golden rule of social media, and this is a starter rule. You should look at what works for you, but it is good to get your mind around the fact that only 20, the big guidance is only 20% of your posting should directly promote your business, and 80% should seek to inform, educate, and entertain your audience. So just posting products, like all day, every day, it's just boring to people. So that's not what they're looking to engage with necessarily. So how do we do that? How do we figure out what our followers are finding to be most interesting and what is least interesting and what to stop doing? And that's where Facebook Insights really comes into play. So I'm gonna pull that up for a second. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Okay. So at the top of your page, you can go under more is where you're going to find insights. And again, I'm showing this through just the regular page manager versus business manager. But it would show, you can do either way. So again, there's a lot that you can really drill down into with insights, but I just want to give you some basic examples of what you can find. So you can find what the actions people took on the page, how many page views you had in a week and how that compared to the previous week. but how can you kind of best use this to your advantage? So what I like to, there's a couple things that I like to do. I don't have a ton of time personally to always focus on everything there is to know in the engagements, but you can see how you're comparing from previous time periods. It's also great to look at to do some. All right, first I'll show you the posts tab. So if you go to posts, you can see data over the recent 1 week period for when your fans are online. Okay, so this is useful. Obviously, this is shown in Pacific time, so that's something to note. But you can see days of the week, times of day, when we're most popular. So looks like for us, the days of the week are very consistent. So it doesn't really, there's not like one better day than another. But yeah, so you can see where the times drop off and where they kind of spike. So that's helpful to know for me. Then this is very helpful, looking through all the posts that you've published and looking at the reach. So you can see how many people interacted with your post, the engagement of your posts, reaction. You can change the metrics that you're seeing, but this is really helpful in scanning through this quickly. I can make some quick conclusions about what was effective for me versus what was not. So what were the top things that I did this month? There was a link to an article that we shared about talking about race with young kids back on the 29th, and it got reshared like hundreds of times. So that was effective. So I knew that was something our audience is interested in. And after that, we did a story time that was focused on celebrating our differences, and that was that sort of spiked too. So this can be helpful to show, it shows you the type of post that you did and what was most popular. Was it videos? Was it links? Was it, it shows, so this is helpful. You can drill down, you can go to post types. And again, this shows you your average engagement. So our photos and are doing well. We could do maybe we could do more with video, I'm sure, and do better. This is something that's very useful too. Let's go back to the overview. I like to benchmark again, like against pages that are similar to ours. So you can do this. You can add pages here. Again, if you're a cafe, you want to add 6 other local cafes to kind of benchmark against. So how do you compare with your page likes, with your engagement, with your posts? So you'll see some of the libraries are taking very different approaches with how often they're posting and then their engagement based on that. So it's just useful because not only that, it's not like this, for me, this is not like a contest or anything, but it's what I like to do is see what those pages, what was working for them. So going back under the posts tab, top posts from pages you watch. So this gives me an insight into not only what's working for me, but what's working for other similar area businesses. What can, kind of to help learn what I can do better. Okay. So move a little quicker here. All right, I'm going to pull my PowerPoint back up. Okay. So this is global engagement of when people are online, but I showed you how you can focus more locally on your specific page followers. And I'll show you in a minute how you can focus on audiences that might not, that's more refined than global, but not just your page followers. I'll show you that in a second. So as I said, this is Facebook's statement about how they prioritize posts that that inspire back and forth discussion. And so comments, they prioritize commenting and sharing. And so that's, the more you're able to get people talking, the more likely the Facebook algorithm is to feature your content organically. So how do we get that conversation started? This shows the importance as well. People are 16 times more likely to read a post from a friend than from their friend, from the brand themselves. And again, if you have a small number of advocates, of fans, of people who are sharing content, they can reach, if they on average have 300 plus Facebook friends and 33% of their fans on average see their posts, they're going to reach as many people as a page with 1 million fans. From, you know, you see what this graph is saying. It's just the importance of sharing from individual accounts, individual pages, advocating for you and sharing your content. So how do you get people to do that? So you want to make sure that you involve and invite and feature people, yourself, your friends, your family, your staff, your customers, partners. So invite them to like your page. I'm sure you've probably done that, but you can, and again, if that's something you want me to walk through, there, when you set up a page, it allows you to invite people. So invite your friends, invite your family, invite your contacts to like your page. You can, something that I recommend is tagging other businesses and organizations. So some of our most popular posts, and this is not something that I'm doing on our library page because I'm seeking to gain followers, but it has that happy effect. It's a win-win for everybody. Some of our most popular posts, when the quarantine started and we wanted to figure out how can the library support the local business community, we said, why don't we do a Takeout Tuesday campaign? And every Tuesday on Instagram and Facebook, feature FM area restaurant that you can get takeout from that we love. So those have been some of our most popular posts because we tagged the business, and fans of the business see the post and they're excited about it, and the business and people affiliated with the business are happy about it and excited about it, and they in turn like our page. So again, that type of thing is a win-win, and it helps people get to know who you are as a business. Is there somewhere that your business always orders lunch from that you want to shout out on your page? You know, don't do it in a spammy way, do it in a real way. Tag other businesses that you love and like, and that are relevant to your organization. Maybe people that you know, like the cafe, Today's Special Cafe, they'll often purchase stretch bread from Possibilities to use in their products. And so that's the type of thing that they would post. Like today we're featuring pasta stretch bread, and that just helps to get your post in front of more people. Featuring people in campaigns is great too, because like I said, they will tag themselves, they will share. If you, obviously you get these people's permission and you tell them, oh, I'm going to take this picture for our social media. But that is a great way to show, you know, the personality of your business, but also encourage sharing and commenting. You can also make sure your employees know how important that it is to not just like your posts, but to comment on your posts and share them. If they're willing to comment and share to their personal pages and to their personal networks, that's going to boost, as I said, how many people see your posts. So if you can get any members of staff involved in your social media, like maybe you're assigning them to create a post a week in using a scheduling tool or something like that. If they have buy-in into the success of your social media, then they'll be more likely to share and comment and want and help you with that growth. So another thing is you might get prompted, I do often, to invite non-users, non-followers to like your page after they react to your content. So say we did do a post on a Takeout Tuesday and we get a bunch of people liking it who don't currently follow our page. When I'm viewing the page as myself, not the business, it'll say invite, so this person liked your post, invite them to like the page. So do that. Take that opportunity to do that. Some people it won't because of their privacy settings, but every time I'll invite them, because if they interacted, if they just saw something relevant to them that they liked, that's the perfect moment to invite them to say, okay, come see more of this. Another smart way to encourage the commenting is to ask a question in your post. So maybe we're sharing a book list on race, and then we say, what anti-racist book are you reading right now, or do you recommend? Or, you know, ask a question that you care to hear the answer to and get people talking. So again, what are your customers thinking about, talking about, and interested in? This leads us into audience insights. So you can learn a lot about your current audience and your prospective audience with Facebook's Audience Insights tool. So Facebook knows a lot. I'm sure you know this. It's creepy how much Facebook knows. They gather data about retail purchases, your phone type, where you shop. It can link up with your public data, your browsing history, all of these types of things. So you can do really refined targeting through Facebook. And I'm going to share my screen, pull up Audience Insights for a second. Okay. So Audience Insights, wait, am I, I'm sorry, I'm getting so confused with all my windows open. Are you seeing, no, I don't think I shared it yet. Here we go. Okay, so this is a tool in Business Manager. So Audience Insights, and to find it, you can just search for Audience Insights in here. But I already had it open, so let's see. So this can show you, so right now it's starting with an audience of anyone on Facebook. So this shows you the demographics of everyone on Facebook in the United States of America. It's 55% women, 45% men. You can see the age distribution. You can see the general relationship status, education level distribution, job types, all of that. So if you can create audiences that you want to target both for posts and for ads, and you can drill down if you want it to be a global or national audience, or like I'm going to say, for instance, that I want it to be people in Fayetteville, New York, and Manlius, New York. Let's start with that. And say, for instance, so that right there changes the demographics a little bit. But say I'm interested, I just want to see all of the people. So there are between 10 and 15,000 people in Fayetteville who are active on Facebook in the past 30 days. And these are the top categories and their top page likes. So isn't this interesting to see? I think it is, that you can see right on here, people in our area, what are they most interested in on Facebook? So it's just a way, it's a nice tool for learning about your audience. And I think it's a good tool that can help you figure out what Facebook pages to benchmark against. So going back to that ability to follow certain pages and track certain pages and see what their most popular posts are. This, you know, so if I'm a restaurant in Manlius, I probably want to follow Scenic Brew and Ironwood to see what they're doing successfully with their page to get likes and followers. So I just think this is interesting, but you can drill down much further than that. Like, say I want to create an audience of, I want to do an ad that's going to be for moms of young kids that I want to advertise our story times, something like that. So maybe I pick certain ages. You can pick the ages. I can pick women. I can even, just based on that, this further shows me the details of, shows me more refined demographic information, as well as relationship status, education level. So you can learn a lot about your audience, and you can create targeted audiences. So actually, how about I do one that I did the other day for the links at Erie Village was men 55 plus who are interested. Oh, I didn't do men. I did women and men because it wasn't a specific deal. It was I'm sorry, I'm having some trouble here. But I set this up to be for 55 plus and interest in golf. And the location I set it to was CNY. So that, creating that audience, but further than that, I also wanted to make sure that the people that I was advertising it to, I didn't want them to be connected to my page. I wanted to reach new people who didn't already follow or like me. So I was trying to get new likes of the page, new followers of the page, for example. So you can pick to target people connected to your page. You can pick people target to not connected to your page. There's a ton of advanced demographics here that you can look through. So relationship status, education level, job title, market segments, politics. So it's so interesting. You can not only just to learn about your audience, you can see, all right, so I'm going to show you. It's so exciting that I can't even like focus my own thoughts about it. But so I'm going to say all here. So I want to learn more about, oh my gosh. Sometimes the computer just, all right, all. I'm going to take this off. I want to learn more about the people who are following my page. So let me get rid of that. So Fayetteville Free Library, people connected to Fayetteville Free Library. Let's go up here. Get rid of the locations. So 82% of the people who follow us who are associated with the library are women. So that is very useful for me to know because that kind of reframes what I'm posting, and that's just very useful to know. And then going down to, I can see that 74% are married, that 90% are college or grad level educated, that type of thing. So there's a lot to learn about your audience. You can create really refined audience segments that you then target ads to. Again, this could be like a whole class and I'm running out of time. Okay, so let me stop about that. And okay, so there's much to learn. You can create audiences. And then once you have your audiences in place, so we talked a little bit about what to stop doing and doing less direct sales posts or, you know, direct product highlights. So what else can you do to build the know, like, and trust aspect? What can you do? Staff features are great. You know, feature your staff in photos and videos. maybe have them talk about what's their favorite, like say you're a restaurant, what's their favorite dish on the menu or that type of thing. Feature your customers. Why do they use your business? Why do they love your business? See if you can take a quick photo of them with a little quote or caption, that type of thing. Again, that's something that's going to get a lot of organic traffic. If you have upcoming events, add them to your page, certainly. If you have unique happenings like happy hour, something like that, definitely share about that. But give your business your personality. Share what your business loves. Your suppliers, your neighbors, your employees' pets, anything like that. Be personable. And yeah, if you're out in the community at another establishment, share a photo on behalf of the business, or show that you're out in the community, and share articles. If another page is sharing stuff that you think that that your audience is going to be interested in, share it to your page and share your good reviews as well. Use a scheduling tool, or a content planner. So Facebook has this built in, but you can use a third-party tool as well. So just pull that up quick. So even if you just go back to your business page, so under this more, there's publishing tools. And you can draft posts, you can schedule posts. So you'll see when you go to create a post, it'll say, do you want to schedule it now or schedule it later? So really, I would say you never want to just create a text post, even if you're saying library closed. Go into Canva or something and you want it to at least be an image. That would always be my rule of thumb. So even link a photo to this, or whatever the case may be. But you can choose to schedule it at a certain date and time. So maybe I know that the library is going to be closed tomorrow or Friday, and that's when I want to schedule it. So you can schedule it. You can also change here. This is where you can change who's seeing it. So you can do your newsfeed targeting here, and you can come right in here and say, I only want to show this to people who are interested in golf. That doesn't make any sense for this, but and I'm sorry. There, you can scroll down and there's different targeting. Oh yeah, here we go. It was just not loading. The age, the gender, the location. So you can target those here. Or if you have a custom audience already set up through your business manager, you can just pick that custom audience. You don't have to recreate it every time. Yeah, but I would want to show this to anyone, and I would schedule it. So play around with the scheduling tool. Another thing to think about is a content calendar. So there are a lot of templates you can find for that online. You know, it's good. You don't want to be too rigid into planning, like for the next 2 weeks, this is every single one of my posts, this is specifically what it's going to be, because you want to be responsive to what people are talking about now, and that type of thing. But it is good to have some kind of a sense of, like, if you have a campaign like a Takeout Tuesday, I want to post that, and I want to post it every Tuesday around a certain time. So that's planned into my schedule. And knowing that I'm not always going to post something else Monday or Tuesday morning, I want to, because I know that I want to focus on that on Tuesday. So there's a lot of templates, you know, even if it's as simple as Thursday, we're going to post a fun photo. You don't have to necessarily have identified what it is, but more so just the day, the time, maybe it's a product photo, or maybe it's a staff photo, or you might just want to have something defined around what your plan is for the week, or planning out into the future. And the scheduling tool can really help if you do only have one person, or even if you do have several people working. That way you can see what has been scheduled in there, and not post on top of each other and that type of thing. So there are third-party scheduling tools that some of you may have used, that such as Hootsuite, and Sprout Social is another one. So those are tools that can get more refined when you have a team of people posting. There's a comparison article here. Again, Hootsuite and Sprout Social, they differ. Hootsuite is free to start. Sprout Social starts at $99 a month, so that's a considerable jump, but they allow you to link different channels like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that type of thing, to where you can have multiple people contributing content and scheduling content, and see it all kind of lined up there. So think about scheduling tools, or even just using Facebook scheduling tool. And I got to zip through the next one. I'll post a video. I won't talk about this a lot because I know we're talking about this in the future, but do know that they get preferential treatment. They get way more engagement. The ideal length is 20 to 90 seconds. So that's important to know. Don't use the same photos or videos for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. They're different. YouTube has a much longer attention span. Instagram, the ratios are different. So, and plus Facebook prioritizes native videos. So rather than linking to a YouTube video, just upload your video directly to Facebook. You'll get more, it'll get prioritized. Doesn't matter what you look like. The quality, of course, you could spend a lot of time on quality, and hopefully with the video focus presentations coming up, we'll get more into this. But try going live, try iMovie, Adobe Spark. Those are really simple template, drag and drop. They're very user-friendly tools for video. Again, tell your story. Start with the why. Why did you start your business? What are you known for? What are you most proud of? Why do you do what you do? Who are your staff? Who are your customers? Why do they love you? What community organizations do you support? Does your business work with, and why? So that type of thing will get you a lot of organic interactions. How-to videos are also great, behind-the-scenes videos. So let's do a whole class on ads in the future. There's so much to say about ads. It's one of the cheapest tools we have to get people's attention in 2020. Ads have been so effective. You may not think that the library would have used ads, but we do sometimes use ads, because sometimes I'll say, we have a class coming up on a great topic, and there's just the awareness is not out there. There's only 3 people signed up, and these experts from Hamilton College are doing a very interesting talk on climate change and what we can do about it. And what else can I do in today's climate to get the word out really quick to people about this virtual Zoom talk? So I'll run a $15 ad, and I'll target people in CNY who are interested in climate change. And then the attendance will go from 3 people to 28 people in 2 days. So it really works. It really works. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It can be as simple as what I showed through kind of walking through. Does everybody have like 2 more minutes? I know I'm over on time, but I'll just pull up really quickly let me pull up the ads manager really quick. I don't know if this is too, I don't know whether to show the simple the ads manager that's linked to pages, or the ads manager that's linked to the business account, but oh geez. All right, I'm so sorry. Said this would be quick, and now I'm fumbling around. Okay, so this is the ads manager that's linked to a business manager. So you sort of saw how you can create custom audiences, but you can do more than that. You can, so when you go to create an audience, you can use sources. You can pull from people who have visited your website. You can upload a customer list. You can do an ad specific to people that have viewed a certain one of your videos or attended one of your events or said that they were interested in one of your events. So there's so much you can do with creating a custom audience for your ads. So you can see I did something for readers, people who are readers in Fayetteville who have not yet interacted with the library. So I'm excluding anybody who has liked us already. And maybe I want to do an ad for an upcoming book club. So there's a ton you can do here, but just hopping quickly back to, if you don't have a business page, you can even you can take a post and let's just go back to the page. You can boost an event, you can boost a regular post and pick a lot. You can't get as refined here if you're not working from Business Manager and you're just working in Pages, but you can still get a certain level of refinement with your boosted posts. So test post. You just say boost post, and it shows the audiences here that I've already established. So I want this to be for moms for young kids in CNY, and I give it a budget. I say how many days that I want it to run. It tells me my estimated daily reach, and I do it. So but if you don't have an audience already developed, you can just say create a new audience here. And this does give you a certain level. This will allow you to do gender, age, location, and interests, and as well as excluding people who based on different, maybe you don't want to include people who like your page or that kind of thing. So that's just like the quickest overview of some of the things you can do with ads. But I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and I gotta open it up for questions because I'm out of time. Let me stop screen sharing. Okay, I just checking my PowerPoint. Yeah, no, that was really it. That was, so does anyone have questions? Sorry that I went over.
Does the amount of followers you have any bearing on anything?
In terms of what you're able to do, or who, yeah, I mean, the amount of followers are certainly important. So the people who follow you are going to see your updates in their news feed. So when they log into Facebook, the things that if they don't follow you, they're not going to see you in their news feed unless they specifically search for your page. So yes, the more followers that you can get, the better, because they'll see your content more. They'll see your content in the news feed.
Is there any way to go about getting followers that are interested in you instead of just generic followers?
Yes, so you could create one of the things that you can do in a paid capacity, in ad capacity, is you can say you even created okay, I can screen share for a second. Okay, so if you want, one thing that you can do to get more followers that are interested in your page is definitely make sure to promote your page to your current customers. So you can add your Facebook icon or URL, the link to follow you on Facebook to your email signature or to your business card or to any print materials you distribute, or email correspondence, that type of thing. But also, when you post, if you can try using hashtags. So that's something I didn't get into today and was hoping to talk more about in the future when we do Instagram. But you can do a targeted hashtag. So you could say, you know, CNY golf or something like that to get in front of people that have that interest. But you can also create those targeted audiences like I was showing, and do posts and or paid ads specifically to those demographics. So my computer is so slow. So you'll see here there's invite friends, and that's where you can invite your personal friends, but you can also promote your local business. And when you create an ad, it doesn't have to be for a product. The ad can be to get more likes and get more followers on your page. So when you go to that ads manager, you can, hang on one second. It'll allow you when you start to do an ad to pick what your objective is, and is it you're looking to grow your likes and followers. So that's something that you can definitely do. My computer is just being a little slow to show how to do that right now. But I do think that we should have a class focused specifically on ads.
Oh, yes.
You could have about 10 classes.
Yeah, you could definitely. Sorry, my internet's just.
And trust me, it's not as much your internet as it is the platform.
The platform.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I won't let ads manager. There we go. Any other questions while I'm working on bringing this up?
I got loads, but I'm not going to burden everybody with them.
Okay, and the other thing is, if you have a technical issue with, well, we haven't started doing that yet. Right now, the Manlius Library is offering one-on-one tech help appointments, and that's something that we typically do when we're open in person. But we have helped people with setup of, you know, Facebook pages and that type of thing in the past. So we hope to be doing that again soon. So just know that that's a resource. And that's more, you know, we can't take somebody completely through the marketing strategy of everything, but if you're having some technical difficulties with setting up your page or with posting and that type of thing, we can help with that.
That's a great service to provide from the library.
Yeah.
Yep. You can email us at help@manliuslibrary.org or give us a call at 315-682-6400 if you'd like to get something set up. We'll work with you guys to figure out a appointment.
Okay. All right. Rob, maybe we can connect on this after. I'm just having a little.
Oh, that's great then. Yep.
Pulling it up. Any other questions?
Do not. Leah, you did a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope it was helpful. Hope you got some tips and ideas.
Yeah, tips and
Definitely.
lots more questions from it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Your phone will be ringing off the hook.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining, and have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you for putting that together.
Thanks.
Great job again.
And then let me just point out that we have, too late. Did everyone go away? We have on the 29th, Bill, if you want to say another session coming up.
Yep, we will be discussing, we being the Manliness Library, we'll be discussing the basics and benefits of editing photos and videos to try to get better audience engagement. So basically resources that can be used, a lot of great free resources, copy-free photo repositories online, and some great online tools for editing photos and videos. And also some resources that we offer for free at the library. So hope to see y'all in a couple weeks here.
Great. Thanks so much. Thanks everyone for attending too. Bye.
Getting it all set up.
Thank you.
Thanks for setting it
Take
up.
care. Have a great rest of your week.